Found this stick under the van. There was some clanking happening down there, but it looks like there's no damage or anything, so that's all good. I'm going to take you guys on a bit of a different adventure today again. We're going to go for a bit of a hike up a little creek bed and see if we can find any wildlife or anything interesting out there to have a look at. And then if there's time later on, I do have a little bit of a van project that I really need to do, but it could potentially be quite disgusting. So we'll see if we've got time for that one. And now, let's go! Look at all that bamboo! I could make something out of that. How do you like my hiking attire? No, I'm just kidding. I have to put my boots on, but I still don't have any hiking boots because my other ones are broken. But at least these are a step up from socks and thongs. All right, ready to go. I just saw the tail of a blue-tongued lizard slithering into this area here. That's pretty dense. I don't know if I should go in there. I think he probably has already been spooked by me. He's a bit scared of me. How nice was that? I'm only a few minutes into my walk and I just hear a little rustle, see a little black tail slither into the bush. And then I go have a closer look. I think it was a blue-tongued lizard. I'm gonna have to go review my footage later because I couldn't get too close to it, but that's pretty cool. When I first saw the tail kind of disappearing into the little bush cave, I definitely knew it wasn't a snake because the tail was way too thick. So that's what made me get the guts to go and have a closer investigation. Should I go into this cave? Ah, just kidding. It's a fairy cave. I wouldn't fit in there. Look at these pretty flowers. They look so cool. Oh my gosh, I just looked down at my foot. Lucky I'm wearing boots. It's a leech attack. That's a bloodsucker right there. He's really trying to make his way onto me. He's coming up closer. This is why I'm wearing tights plus socks, everything tucked in. Last time I was out here I got covered in leeches by the time I got back to the van. I won't be surprised if I do run into a few of these ones. I just flicked him off and he's already trying to find his way back to me. No, you cannot! This thing on this tree looks like a burl, which is usually what happens when the tree has an infection or something like that, and then the tree keeps growing at the same rate, but it grows out in all different directions. So if you saw my last survival video, you would have seen me starting a fire with the stem of a black boy. This is actually the stem of a really small black boy with the flower on the end. The bugs love it. Look how pretty! I'm going to follow this creek upstream and see how far I can get. Maybe I'll find somewhere to swim that's not full of leeches. I really don't like rock hopping with these boots on because they have very little traction. It can be very slippery, so I have to be careful. You can see how you would end up with a whole bunch of leeches and ticks on you going through grass like this. More grass. Look out, snakes! Good idea to always do some stomping. There's no better spot than this. Leech number 2 on the camera bag. Look at this big termite mound. So big. These things are so cool. They have their own ventilation inside and all different levels, and they're a lot softer on the inside than they are on the outside. Leech number 3. Little rest stop just here. Nice and shady. Want to see what's in my backpack? I'm so hungry. Time for a snack. Some lentils. So, I thought you might like a little tour of what I bring with me in my backpack on my little adventures. So, in the top, we've got some essentials. Toilet paper. Little cutlery set. My multi-tool. And this wire saw, just in case. Then in the front, I've got a whole bunch of little kind of survival-y tools. I've got my cooker in here that I'm not actually using today, but I just always leave it in my backpack. It lives in there. Just like to keep the extra weight in my bag, make myself exercise a bit more. I've got Vaseline and cotton balls, which is really good for starting a fire. Sunscreen, some rope. I've also got a big reel of rope inside the other part of the backpack. Some waterproof matches, regular matches, multiple lighters. A couple of ferro rods, one big one, one small, some clippies, and yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, mosquito repellent cream. So that's generally what I bring with me, and usually a little towel, dessert, and an overshirt. It's always good to have one of those in case it starts to get a bit chilly or too sunny, or just mosquitoes get really hectic. So yes, that's what I bring with me wherever I go. Sometimes I bring some extra knives too, but I didn't think I would need them this time. And now it's time for dessert. I can never have a meal without a sweet ending. Just in case it's extra juicy. Don't want that going everywhere. Ooh, so soft. Maybe I should have brought my big knife. Turns out there was a very important use for it. Can't reach the middle. Oh, yummy. I love mango. I don't know how you guys eat your mangoes, but this is how I like to do it. You ready? Ooh, yummy. Oh no, I'm losing bits. It makes it really easy to eat. That's such a good mango. Gonna go do a little bit of exploring across a little stream. Look at this really cool tree that's fallen over. All the roots, moss. It's like a whole ecosystem underneath it now. And some little holes which must have creatures living inside. Let's investigate and see if anyone's home. Poke some grass in there. doesn't really go in very far. So I guess there isn't anything inside. Or if there is, it's just hiding from me, which I would be too. Time for a swim. Temperature's good. Very refreshing. Well, it's time to head back to the van. I've still got a little bit of a hike to get back there, but I'll show you if I find anything interesting along the way. I do need to start on that little van project that I mentioned earlier. I don't really want to do it, but it needs to be done. And I'm running out of daylight, I think, so I'll have to go back and get started on that. Well, I'm back from my hike. I didn't find anything else interesting to show you, so I thought I would show you something instead that is very, very gross. What do you reckon? This is probably going to take me a while. The problem is that when I first built this van and installed this sink, I installed a hose that was this clear see-through plastic stuff that is kind of bendy, but if you need it to go around a sharp bend, it kind of creases in the middle once you put hot water in it. So I had to take that out and make a quick fix, which has been a temporary quick fix for quite a while now. That quick fix was a washing machine hose, which it's ribbed, so it has heaps of bits in the inside where all the food can get stuck, which, as you can imagine, is now starting to smell. So I need to fix that because it's getting a bit over the top. So I have now purchased this, which I think is also a washing machine hose. And looking at it, you're probably thinking, it's ribbed, it's going to be the same. But no, you're wrong. The inside is actually not ribbed. So I'm hoping that this works because it seems like it is quite flexible. It's smooth on the inside, so nothing should get stuck to it. And yes, I'm hoping that it works. So first I need to clear everything out of all the cupboards. And yeah, let's just start. I'm just moving all this stuff out of the way so that I can get into the boxes. Okay. Whew. I feel like there's something crawling on me. Are you ready to enter my box of mysteries? Da-da-la. Okay, some things in here might look very familiar to you. Coconuts. Tools. More tools. Tent. Hammock. Hand drills. Big box of tools. Dang it. First we have to take away the light bulbs. That's a secret for a future reel. Okay, so we have now made it into the right spot. This here is the hose that I am referring to. It's going from the sink and out the bottom of the van. Let's see what yucky things we will find inside there. So now is the time to disconnect this hose from the sink and see what's inside. I've got my GoPro in here so you can get a nice close-up view, and I take absolutely zero responsibility for any horrors that ensue, okay? Oh, look at that. What even is that? I don't know. Ugh. It appears that there is a whole colony of germs living inside my sink, and the problem doesn't seem to just be from my ribbed exit hose, because this happens before that part, so I don't even know how this all ended up like this. Oh my gosh, there's a goanna over there. Dang it. Come out, and then he kind of like ran away when I spotted him. Now I can't find him. Maybe he'll come back later for some snacks in the evening. Well, I'm a bit disappointed that that goanna ran away, but anyway, back to this amazing task that I'm doing. Yes, very gross. I can't even remember what I was saying, but anyway, look at that. Ugh. So the next step, I've got my chisel, blunt chisel, and I'm about to give this a bit of a wiggle and see if I can just get it so that I can pull the hose through. Okay. What? Ooh, it's a bit dirty. Alright, so now's the part where I go underneath the van and just remove the silicone from under there. Let's try the knife instead. Look how clean these are now. Thoroughly disinfected. So next step is that I just am going to reattach them. So I got the hose on there. It just fit on there. It was really, really tight. So now I'm just going to tighten it up with this clamp. And then it should be ready to go back in. Alrighty, Roni. Next step. Oh, where'd you go? I'm just going to screw this bracket back in now. Cutting time. I don't know how much I want to leave. I might want to adjust this in the future, so maybe I'm just going to leave like something like that. Yeah, come on. Cut. Done. I can't get my arm back out. Other way. Silicone time. I'm not a master of silicone, but should be right, eh? Just gonna blob it up. Now we just do a bit of the old smoothing action. I did say I'm no master at silicone, didn't I? I'm so messy at this stuff. Alright, I reckon that'll do the trick. Ah, it works! Another project successfully done. Now it's time for a little evening stroll. In the van life, when there's daylight, you have to use it. One other very important step. Mozzie spray. There's a little building over there. It's a bit creepy. What if there's something weird inside? Watch out for snakes going in here. Maybe this is where the big goanna is hiding. Ooh. I'm so creeped out. There's nothing inside. We've got palms and pines right next to each other. Leech number 4 that I just kicked off my leg. So the next adventure for this fun-filled day is to feed myself. So I'm going to make a lentil curry with some rice and coconut cream and veggies. Got to get those vitamins, you know. Maybe I should have done those in quarters. Oh well. It's going to be chunky zucchini time. I don't really eat much yellow capsicum. Also, I don't really know what the difference is in the taste between yellow and red, but I always just go for red. So let's try something different tonight. 2 nice big cloves of garlic. First some olive oil. And I put in my onions and my garlic. And the olive oil juices. How do you like my lovely bowl of spices? So next I'm going to chuck my lentils in. Rinsed lentils, I should say. Don't chuck them in if you haven't rinsed them. And then my coconut cream. I don't know if you know this, but I really like coconuts. My lovely dish of food. Have to be careful not to spill it while I try and show you. I'm very excited for this. Super hungry. It's really nice. Putting back my winning combo of socks and thongs. Just want to go check because before I threw some eggshells out here to try and entice the goanna to come back, but he didn't come back, sadly. Normally they really like eggs, so I thought he might like them, but maybe he's waiting until after I go to sleep to make another appearance. Well, that was delicious, and I got my leftovers for tomorrow there. Now it's time to wind down. I don't know if you were wondering, you probably weren't, but I've got these little boxes here, and inside I have some very special things. These are all of my art supplies. So in the evenings, this is my version of watching TV when I'm somewhere where there's no reception. So I'm going to do that to have a relax and wind down for the evening. I hope you've really enjoyed coming on this little adventure with me today. Let me know in the comments if you liked it or if you didn't like it. If you'd come on a little adventure like this with me again, I'd love to know. So enjoy, have a nice morning or evening or whatever it is that you're doing, and I'll see you next time.